Hello and welcome to today's English class. So students, today we'll be learning from your English 1 text, chapter number 11, The World in a Wall, written by Gerald Durrell. So please open page number 67.
So let us learn something about the author of the chapter, which is Gerald Durrell. Okay, so Gerald Durrell, he is a naturalist, he is a conservationist, he is an author, and he writes books where he describes about his love of animals. Okay, so basically he loves animals, and then his books are all about wildlife and animals. All right, and for that, Gerald Durrell has received many awards like the OBE, meaning the Most Excellence Order of the British Empire, which is given to people who contribute their works, extraordinary works to charity in different fields, and founded the Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust and the Jersey Zoo on the Channel Island of Jersey in the year 1959. Okay, The World in the Wall is a story about Gerald Durrell. When he was a boy, he wrote this story as his experience for when he found a particular animal in the wall of his garden, and he decided to take it as a pet. And the drama and the chaos that took place when the family found out that pet that he had secretly wanted to keep. Okay, so let us go into the story. So here, one day I found a fat female scorpion in the wall, wearing what at first glance appeared to be a pale fawn fur cloth. Closer inspection proved that this strange garment was made up of a mass of tiny babies clinging to the mother's back. I was enraptured by this family, and I made up my mind to smuggle them into the house and up to my bedroom so that I might keep them and watch them grow up. So, young Gerald here says that he had found a fat female scorpion in the wall, and when he first saw that scorpion at first glance, now glance means a quick look, okay, so when he first saw that scorpion, he thought that that scorpion was wearing a fur cloth, okay. Then, but of a closer look, he found that that fur cloth, which he thought was not a fur cloth, but it was a mass of, which means a lot of babies, scorpion babies clinging to the mother's back, attached to the mother's back. Then when he saw this at a closer look, that it was not the garment, it was not the fur coat, but it was tiny scorpion babies which were very clinged to the mother's back. He was enraptured, means he was full of joy, he was very happy, seeing this family, and then he made up his mind that he will take it with him. Smuggle means taking something secretly, isn't it? So he wanted to smuggle them up into his house. But why this word smuggle is used? Because scorpion is a deadly animal, we know, isn't it? And no one keeps a deadly animal, but Gerald is such kind of a person who loves every kind of animal. Alright, so he wanted to keep it when he saw that fat scorpion was a mother scorpion, and the fur that which he thought was a fur coat is not actually a fur coat, but it was mass of tiny scorpion babies, isn't it? He was very happy to see this family, this tiny babies and this mother scorpion, and he wanted to keep them as pet. Now, in order to keep them as pet, he needs to take it up to his room, to his house. Now, how is he going to do that? So he tried to secretly take them to his house and to his bedroom and keep them as pet and watch them grow up. Okay. Then the next you see, with infinite care I maneuvered the mother and the family into a matchbox and then hurried to the villa. It was rather unfortunate that just as I entered the door, lunch should be served. So here young Gerald says that with very much of care, maneuvered means like a tactic, like a way, very careful way. He tried to put the mother as well as the baby scorpions into a matchbox, an empty matchbox, and then he put it, and then he hurried to the villa. Okay, so villa means a very big house, very big mansion, isn't it? So he hurried to his house, which is a villa. Okay, and then he says that it was very unfortunate when the timing of going to his house was not good. Why? Because the family was just about to have lunch there. Lunch was being served as he entered his house, entered the door. Okay, then you see here, however, I placed the matchbox carefully on the mantelpiece, a shelf above a fireplace. Okay, and a mantelpiece means a shelf above a fireplace. Here I have given a picture of what the mantelpiece looks like. Okay, then in the drawing room, so that the scorpion should get plenty of air, and made my way to the dining room and joined the family for the meal. So now the family of the scorpion he had put in a matchbox, isn't it? And when he went to his house, when he entered the door, he saw that lunch was just being served, and it is a very bad timing, isn't it? Now how is he going to secretly take it up to his room, because lunch is being served, which means he has to also join the family for lunch, isn't it? So he carefully took the matchbox where the family of the scorpions are kept, isn't it? He placed it on the mantelpiece. Now a mantelpiece is a shelf, okay, an area where just above the fireplace. Okay, this one, shelter of a fireplace. Now it was in a drawing room. He placed that matchbox over there, and then he joined the family for lunch. Now he made sure that the scorpion get plenty of air, so he did not fully closed the matchbox. Okay, he left a little bit of or like he opened a little bit of the matchbox so that air could pass through. All right, and then he joined the family for the meal. Now, dawdling over my food, feeling Roger surreptitiously under the table and listening to the family arguing, I completely forgot about my exciting new captures. At last, Larry, having finished, picked up the matchbox he had brought, obviously of my impending doom. I watched him interestedly as, still talking glibly, he opened the matchbox. Now here what happens is that he was dawdling over his food. Now dawdling means not eating sincerely. He was just playing, he was just slowly eating the food because he did not want to eat food, as and he was listening to his family, then family like any other family, arguing, during lunchtime and all. They were talking about certain other things, and then he was feeding Roger. Now Roger is a dog. Okay, he's a family dog. He was under the table. Now he was surreptitiously, he was feeding Roger. Okay, so secretly he was feeding Roger under the table, and then he was listening to the family arguing. So here he says that he, with all this, he actually forgot about his excitement, okay, about his new pet that he had found in the garden wall, isn't it? But before he could bring the topic up to the family, what happened is that Larry, okay, now Gerald's brother, he has finished eating his meal, and then he picked up the matchbox that the young Gerald had put on the mantelpiece. Okay, that matchbox where the scorpion family was. Now obviously young Gerald saw Larry very interestingly, because he was talking in a very glibly manner, okay, and not in a very distinct way, because the cigarette was in his mouth, isn't it? And he opened the matchbox. Now Gerald could not do anything and tell him that there is a scorpion in the matchbox, isn't it? So now a very interesting thing happens as Larry opens the matchbox that Gerald had put in the mantelpiece. Okay, because in that matchbox, what was there? The scorpion, the mother scorpion and the baby scorpion, isn't it? So I hope you understood the explanation. So we will discuss the rest of the story in the next part. Okay.